We are Group 6. I am Mackenzie, your host, and this is Faith,
Hello.
Emma,
Hi.
and Ashley.
Hey.
Today we will be speaking with you about why college should be free. Student debt, who wants that? College should be free for everyone. Everyone the same, no matter what. Time for a change.
The debate about having access to a free college education is nothing new. Being a full-time college student, I'm sure we can agree having a free tuition could make things much easier. Many people view college as a privilege when really everyone should be able to have the chance to expand their education and be able to learn new and exciting things for little to no price at all. Whether you are rich or poor, young or old, everyone is the same and no one should be judged no matter what their situation is. In 2016, only 54% of Canadians received education after high school. We think this number could be higher if free education was available for students that come from low-income families, independent students under the age of 24, and also for young parents. Pushing students to choose their courses and getting into debt isn't fair. They don't have experience in the workplace or even life skills outside of school. Usually, for most students, their first decision is not going to be their forever decision, and that means more debt. Uh, First year or second year students between ages 18 and 20 are getting deeper into debt due to rising costs to education and also everyday living expenses. It's hard for students to have a job and maintain good marks in their classes. This is causing students to become extremely stressed, resulting in dropouts, depression, or sickness. College should be a wonderful learning experience for every student, not a stressful, full of debt, 3 to 10 years of hell. If college was free, it could be beneficial for students who are trying to find their major. And being able to afford the choice of choosing multiple majors and having access to free materials also could be less stressful for us. What if the cure for cancer was trapped inside the mind of someone who can't afford an education?
Lower unemployment rates and less debt in countries with free college. Unemployment rates of free college versus paid college. So in Norway, there is actually quite a significantly less population than there is in Canada, and there's more students enrolled in school in Norway than there are in Canada because of their free post-secondary education. Unemployment rates of countries with free college. In Sweden, the unemployment rate is 6.67%, 3.03% Germany, and 4.85% in Denmark. Unemployment rates for every country with free college is all under 10%. This is significantly low. Student debt in Canada versus student debt in Germany. For profit, higher education is today a booming industry, feeding on the student loans handed out to the desperate. Thomas Frank.
About 2 dozen countries offer free tuition or nearly free tuition. Germany's tuition is free except for a small administration fee. Brazil's studies are free with just a small registration fee. Austria is allowed to study for free at any program or degree level. France's higher education here is free at several universities. Scottish Republic is free tuition for all as long as you speak the native language, and Finland's tuition is free for all. Higher education should not be a luxury. It is a necessity and an economic imperative that every family in America should be able to afford. President Barack Obama.
Thanks, Emma. I'm here to talk to you about the pros and cons of free college. The student debt crisis is a center stage issue here in Canada and all over the world. Like any major decision, there are pros and cons to consider. While we as a group are pro free college, there are many factors and research, as Faith, Mackenzie, and Emma have outlined, to consider before coming to that unanimous decision. Let's start off with the positive. Here are some pros of a tuition free college. First, more low income students might reach graduation if there's no tuition. Some students drop out because they don't have the ability to pay for it. Getting rid of tuition would take away this reason for not graduating. It could also improve college graduation rates, as less students would feel the need to drop out because of financial instability. Number two, younger generations will no longer be crushed by student debt. Without the weight of student loan debt, more college graduates might buy houses rather than renting apartments. They'll be able to buy cars, spend more on healthy food, travel more. They could contribute more to the economy. Number three, students would have more freedom to choose a major they enjoy. Whether it's the influence of our parents or knowing that we need to pay back loans as quickly as possible, students today are often choosing practical programs that have more lucrative post graduation income. Being able to choose a program we are passionate about and truly interested in would help students stick with it and would prevent us from getting burnout. Number four, more people could and would be able to go to college. By eliminating student debt from a college education, we could see an increase in the number of students being able to attend, like lower income families and parents. This could create a better, well educated workforce and a population that has better critical thinking skills. This would lead to a well rounded society. And finally, depression and anxiety among students would decrease. With all of the pros mentioned, many students can relax and pursue their educations without the very real burden of financial instability. Okay, now that I have outlined the pros, I'm going to outline the cons for you. Well, the money has to come from somewhere, so where would it come from? The short and simple answer is that it would come from our taxes. A tax increase is not always great, but if it means a brighter future for the next generation, then we think it's worth it. Finally, with a tuition-free education, we might see younger generations that don't know how to handle their finances very well. However, much like Durham College offers help through Sal's Online, this could be a course that is offered to all students to help them in this regard. There you have it. The results are in. The pros of free college far outweigh the cons. And in the words of the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, Sonia Sotomayor, until we get equality in education, we won't have an equal society. And this rings so true with the gaps in education that we see today. Finally, I would like to leave you with this cartoon image. I think it depicts perfectly the inequality people face when pursuing a college education in this day and age. Think of the opportunities for people from all shapes and sizes and colors of life if that circle in the wall was transformable. Thank you.
Now that we've heard about mental health, unemployment rates, society, and finances, I would like you to consider that there are more pros and cons of having free tuition for post-secondary students. Thank you for watching and have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.